Annette Gordon-Reed, on Juneteenth. Dive into the enthralling account of On Juneteenth, as Pulitzer Prize-winning author Annette Gordon-Reed invites you to re-examine the significance of the U.S. national holiday Juneteenth, and sheds light on the historical context that surrounds it. Discover the challenges faced by African Americans in Texas throughout the eras of enslavement, emancipation, and segregation, and uncover the lesser-known stories of their resilience and crucial contributions to Texas development. With an insightful blend of personal narrative and historical research, you'll have the opportunity to explore a richly informed, emotional, and often overlooked aspect of American history.
Understanding Juneteenth. Annette Gordon-Reed's book is a personal journey that contextualizes Juneteenth, the U.S. national holiday that marks freedom for enslaved African Americans in Texas. Through family stories, the author sheds light on the horrors of enslavement and segregation, offering an emotional and scholarly history that blends clarity with subtlety. The book is a Pulitzer Prize and National Book Award winner that avoids academic jargon as it explores emotional truths. For Gordon-Reed, historical understanding is a process, not an endpoint. Using a single individual story, the author opens a doorway to understand a sweeping saga of African American enslavement and emancipation. Juneteenth, the little-known struggle for freedom in Texas. In her book, On Juneteenth, Annette Gordon-Reed sheds light on the long-standing struggle for freedom and equality in Texas. The book starts with a surprising fact that the news of the Emancipation Proclamation signed by President Abraham Lincoln in 1863 did not reach most African Americans in Texas until 2 years later, on June 19, 1865, which is now celebrated as Juneteenth. Texas, which was the last Confederate state to surrender, also became a bellwether for post-Civil War America. Many Texans who had formerly enslaved blacks turned on them with vengeance after their defeat in the Civil War to maintain their control. It is alarming to know that Texas public schools omit teaching enslavement history and gloss over the role of enslaved people in the Texas-Mexico War. Gordon-Reed shares the history of East Texas, which was a center for buying and selling black people, and Conroe, her hometown, where white mobs brutally murdered or lynched black men. The book is a reminder of the continued struggle for racial equity in a state with a long and complex history of racism. Segregation in Texas. Gordon-Reed's first-hand experience attending an all-black school in Texas highlights the deep-rooted racial divide in the state. Despite national integration laws, black residents continued to face segregation in everyday life, from doctors' offices to movie theaters. Memories of lynchings and fear of violent attacks perpetuated the strict adherence to informal segregation rules. Gordon-Reed's upbringing serves as a powerful reminder of the ongoing struggle for racial equality in Texas and beyond. Black Histories in Early America. Gordon-Reed challenges popular narratives by demonstrating the presence and contributions of early black explorers, servants, and translators in North America centuries before the arrival of enslaved Africans. In her book, Gordon-Reed scrutinizes the widely held origin story of Africans in North America, which typically begins with the arrival of black captives in Jamestown in 1619. She introduces Esteban, a black male who joined an early Spanish expedition to Texas and may have been the first black man to step on Galveston's shores, nearly a century before the Jamestown incident. Gordon-Reed argues that there were several free black communities throughout North America in the early 1500s. By highlighting these discovered facts, the author is not contradicting the arrival of enslaved Africans in North America. Instead, she is demolishing the cherry-picked narratives, which present black people's history in North America as a single-note and one-dimensional tale. The early black settlers in North America were well-educated, explorers, multilingual translators, or indentured servants who spoke several languages, including Native American languages, French, Dutch, English, and Spanish. Gordon-Reed's research and diverse cultural background go a long way to reveal the positions of blacks in early North America, contradicting prevailing stereotypes of black people's illiteracy and ignorance. Gordon-Reed challenges traditional viewpoints in popular narratives that mostly magnify Caucasians' viewpoints while missing or skipping over Native American and African American complexities and histories. Through Gordon-Reed's excellent research, it becomes clear that Africans were omnipresent in the world, having unique experiences and doing distinctive things. Texas Juneteenth Paradox. On June 19, 1865, General Gordon Granger announced the emancipation of enslaved people in Galveston, Texas. But before the official announcement, rumors had circulated causing muted celebrations among black residents due to the Texas Declaration of Independence, which codified white people's right to own slaves, and the proposed constitution extending a welcome only to whites. Despite the shocking end of slavery, the paradox of Juneteenth prevailed as black Texans were not on an equal human plane with the whites. Gordon-Reed's Unforgettable Chronicle. Annette Gordon-Reed's insightful account of her segregated upbringing in Texas and the state's enslavement history provides a powerful metaphor for racism in the United States. The author blends her personal family stories with tales of overlooked black figures from Texas history to create a moving tapestry that sheds new light on U.S. and Texas histories. Her conversational voice adds to the unforgettable description of the horrors of segregation. This book is a must-read for anyone seeking valuable and emotional insights into the nation's racial past. Other notable titles on the same subject include How the Word is Passed, 400 Souls, and Forget the Alamo.
On Juneteenth, Annette Gordon-Reed masterfully presents a vivid and compelling account of the African American experience in Texas, while skillfully connecting it to the broader context of the United States' racial history. Through her unique perspective and powerful storytelling, readers gain an intimate understanding of the struggles, injustices, and triumphs faced by African Americans in pursuit of freedom and equality. As a thought-provoking and timely reflection on America's past, this book encourages readers to continue to reevaluate and broaden their understanding of the nation's complex history. The journey through on Juneteenth is an essential and unforgettable experience for anyone interested in gaining a deeper knowledge of America's past and progress.